Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is the PWUnlimited Wednesday Show, episode number 70. Today's show is going to be a lot of predictions. We're going to kick it off with NXT Takeover predictions, and we're going to end it with WrestleMania predictions. Now, I see some people in the chat already talking about it. Rey Mysterio. Now, you're saying Rey out. Has that been 100% confirmed? As of this morning, Rey said he was still praying that he could make it. So, unless I've missed something here recent, like within the last hour, maybe, since I was getting all the graphics ready for tonight's podcast with the predictions, I hadn't checked anything. Gabriel Perez in the chat says, not yet. Okay, cool. So I didn't miss anything. But Rey said that he's praying that he can make WrestleMania. If you didn't hear what happened, Rey Mysterio was injured on Monday. Rey Mysterio was facing Baron Corbin, and you know what? Let me just go to his Instagram, and I'll play you the video. It's easier to see the video than explain. Rey Mysterio Instagram. It's easier if I just play the video that he posted. Here's his Instagram. Let me see if I can get it to come up for you guys. While we let more of you guys trickle into the live chat anyways. I want to say thank you to everybody so far that's in. Gabriel Perez, Woken King Slender, George John Cox, Marcus Ryan, Kristen McNutt, Nicholas Altimore, $1.99 super chat donation. Who else got their endgame tickets? I did. And I'm glad that I did what I did, because the theater that I picked near me, I picked the very first showing at 6:15 that Thursday. And for that showing, there was literally 1, 2, 3, 4. There was like 7 seats. So it was like, and that was at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know what time they actually went on sale, but I'm glad I did what I did. Let's see. Let me change the screen here so you guys can see. All right, cool. All right, so if you guys, let's transition this, haven't seen what exactly happened to Rey, Rey posted this on Instagram. And this is the spot in the match with Corbin where he actually, I don't know if he broke his ankle, twisted his ankle. We don't know how bad it is. But this is the spot where he hurt his ankle. Let me see if it'll load. Here we go. So he's coming off of here. Slow motion. Coming down. It's in slow motion, so it really shows the impact. And his whole body weight right down on the ankle. Yikes. And let me play this again. Hold on. I want to see that again for a second. Hopefully YouTube doesn't screw me on watching this. But I want to play this again for a second, because if you look, he comes down. I'm going to explain it for our audio listeners only. He comes down. He hits his whole foot, and instantly he pops it right back up on his toes because he knows something's wrong. You could tell he knew instantly something was wrong because he came down, whole foot lands, popped up on toes. So, that's a tough one. So, Rey stated in that, suffered an injury on my right ankle this past Monday, night on Raw against Baron Corbin, praying to be ready for Mania this Sunday. So we can hope that Rey makes it to WrestleMania on Sunday, but it's very unfortunate. A lot of people were asking if I saw the Gargano Cole promo. If it was something that aired on tonight's NXT, then no. I have not seen tonight's NXT yet. I was going to watch it after this live show, after this podcast. So I have not seen it yet. But now we got to talk about, like I talked about this morning in the Daily Show. What happens if Rey can't make it to WrestleMania? What if they can't clear Rey? Because it's not like 10, 15 years ago and, oh, your ankle hurts, just go out there and wrestle anyways and be safe. No, if there's any inkling of it can get worse, they're not going to let him wrestle. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, just suck it up, Rey. Suck it up and do it. It's WrestleMania. Yeah, shut the fuck up. So, Gabriel Press says no WWE on Twitter, not on NXT. Okay, see, I haven't seen that yet then. I feel like I want to pull it up and just watch it with you guys, but I know YouTube's not going to like that, and they're going to hit my video with demonetization. So, but as far as Rey goes, now if Rey can't make it to WrestleMania, then the big question is, who replaces him in that match? Do we get maybe Kevin Owens? I don't think it would be Ali, because Ali was beaten by Joe this week, and not just beaten. He was just hands down choked out, made to tap out. Not even tap out, he passed out. So, I think, unfortunately, it wouldn't be Ali. And here's the other question I have, though. Why isn't Kevin Owens even scheduled for a match? Why isn't Kevin Owens in the Battle Royal at least? Do they have some other plans for Kevin Owens at WrestleMania? That's one thing that's got me kind of questioning this. And I'm not saying, oh, well, Owens was not put in the Battle Royal because he's going to replace Rey. And I can't say that because they announced last Saturday who's going to be in the Battle Royal. And this happened on Monday, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if Rey has to get pulled, if Rey has to, work hurt. Because if it's just a slight bug, then okay. Like if he's just kind of like a sore ankle, that's probably fine to work on. But if it's like no, you work anymore and it's gonna break, then I wouldn't do it. With that, forgot to plug the numbers. If you guys do want to text into the show, give me your thoughts, 510-906-1341. If you want to call in, 559-475-8473. I do want to apologize for last night. So last night we were doing the SmackDown review. SmackDown review portion went about 18 minutes, and then right as I said call in, the show cuts off. I want to apologize. My internet went out. We had some weird storms yesterday. And so I think maybe that could have caused the internet going out. Again, I do want to apologize for that, for not being able to take your calls last night on the SmackDown review show. But we can take your calls tonight. Again, if you do want to text in your thoughts on anything that happened on Raw, SmackDown, or coming up this weekend, you can do so at 510-906-1341 for text messages. You can call in at 559-475-8473. With that, I said I'm going to start the show off with NXT review. No, NXT predictions. After the NXT predictions, we will take the phone calls. So with that, let's just roll right in to NXT Takeover predictions. This show is going to be just crazy this weekend. And the first match we do have right here is for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We got the War Raiders defending against the winners of the 2019 Dusty Classic, Aleister Black and Ricochet. Aleister Black and Ricochet will also be challenging for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles on Sunday at WrestleMania. Now here's the thing. How cool would it be if Aleister Black and Ricochet win these titles and bring them into Mania? That would be really cool, but I don't see that happening, especially since they did their farewell speech at the last set of NXT TV tapings. So I am going to have to go with the War Raiders successfully defending their NXT Tag Team Championships here on Friday night. And again, I forgot to mention that NXT TakeOver does take place this Friday live on the WWE Network. We will have a live post-show following the show. So next up, with the NXT North American Championship on the line, the Velveteen Dream defending against Matt Riddle. I think this could be a just breakout match for both guys. We've seen Matt Riddle and what he can do on the independents. We've seen Velveteen Dream have great matches with a lot of different guys. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, just to name a few. And I think this match, because their styles are so different that it's perfect, that I think this match could go as match of the night, if not match of the weekend. Now, the main event could also be match of the night, match of the weekend. And I'm torn on this one. I don't know who to pick. Like, I want to say Velveteen Dream retains. But at the same time, it's like, maybe they know what they've got in Riddle, and they're just going to go all in with Riddle. But, excuse me, I got to give a prediction. So, I think I'm going to go with Velveteen Dream retaining the NXT Championship over Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle can win it down the line sometime, or maybe Matt Riddle doesn't win this title. Then he becomes number one contender for the NXT Championship. Maybe that's something that can happen. But my prediction, Velveteen Dream is going to retain. Now moving forward, we've got the NXT Women's Championship match, Fatal 4-Way. Shayna Baszler will be defending her title against Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. And I'm a little torn on this one too. I see Baszler losing and moving to the main roster. So now you got to think, well, what do they do? Who's going to be the new champion? And there's two things that they can do. I'm going to rule out right now. I don't see them putting the title on Kairi Sane. Nix that. No. I'm not doing that. Io Shirai or Bianca Belair. I don't think Bianca Belair is ready yet. But there's something in the back of my head that keeps telling me Bianca Belair's winning this title. Because Kairi Sane and Io are going to be a tag team and soon enough challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Sky Pirates versus the Boston Hug Connection, or Boston Hug Connection. So if we're going that route, I'm probably going to be wrong. But I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days as far as my predictions go. And for some reason, there's been something in the back of my head. I keep saying, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair. So I got to go with my gut, my first reaction, and it's Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair could walk out NXT Women's Champion. Now, here's the other thing. If you look at the graphics for NXT TakeOver, there's two sides of the graphic. There's one side that's got Gargano and Cole. Other side has the women. On the side of the women, there are ladders. This could be a ladder match. And if this is a ladder match and Bianca Belair climbs up the ladder and grabs the title, then they can say, yes, Shayna lost her title, but Shayna wasn't technically beat. Shayna wasn't pinned or submitted. So Shayna still looks good if this is a ladder match. We haven't heard that confirmed officially. Again, I haven't seen NXT tonight. If they did, I can go to Twitter and check. But I think this could be a ladder match. They teased it in the graphics. Either way, my pick is going to end up being Bianca Belair. For some reason, I don't know why, but I've just got this gut feeling in the back of my mind. So going forward, we've got the WWE United Kingdom Championship on the line. Pete Dunne defending against Walter. I know a lot of people like, keep it on Pete Dunne. I want to see Pete Dunne be that champion for so long. No. Pete Dunne's had the championship for well over 600 days. He's only defended it a handful of times, to be honest. It's Walter's time. It's time for somebody else. And who better than Walter? Walter can go in there and be a hoss of a champion that gets a bunch of challengers and just defeats everybody. Hell, he can just destroy Pete Dunne here, win the title, and then Pete Dunne goes on a redemption tour. Pete Dunne does a deal where he's like, I got beat so bad, I could say I want a rematch, but I don't deserve a rematch. I have to redeem myself. And we see him go through a bunch of guys in NXT UK, win a bunch of matches, just keep winning and winning and winning, and then he works his way back up, a redemption story with Pete Dunne. How cool would that be? Well, I do think that Walter will be walking out the brand new WWE United Kingdom Champion. And yes, it's still the WWE United Kingdom Champion, not the NXT UK champion. For some reason, they haven't changed it. But moving on to our main event, with the NXT Championship on the line. With the vacant title on the line, actually, we've got Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, we don't know what the falls are. We don't know if each fall is going to be different. We don't know if it's all going to be singles matches. We don't know how that's going to work. But, you know, it's WWE, so of course it's probably going to go to the third fall. It's probably going to go, you know, Gargano wins one, Cole wins the other, and then whoever wins the title wins at the end. But I'm going to predict Adam Cole walks out of here, new NXT champion. I know before the Ciampa thing, it was probably going to be Gargano winning the title. But now that Ciampa's hurt, Ciampa's out for probably at least a year. They wanted 3 people coming up to the main roster. So why not now put Gargano in that spot? Have Gargano come up to the main roster, and you put the title on Cole. They already did the whole thing where Cole's like, in 2019, the 4 of us, Undisputed Era, we're going to be dripping with gold. So I think put the title on Adam Cole. It's overdue anyways. Adam Cole can hold the title till maybe like TakeOver. I mean, even if they don't want the title on him for a long time, he can hold the title till TakeOver that solo show in June in San Jose, California. And then he could drop it then. Maybe he can hold it all the way to TakeOver SummerSlam weekend, which would be his 2-year anniversary in NXT in the WWE. And I think, honestly, that's when Undisputed Era should come up after SummerSlam. So if I'm predicting this, which I'm predicting this, I'm going Adam Cole, new NXT champion. And those are our predictions for NXT TakeOver. NXT TakeOver does come our way this coming Friday night, live on the WWE Network. There will be a pre-show. I think it starts pre-show at 6, main show at 7. So, now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. It's your turn to dictate the show. It's your turn to pick the topics. It's your guys' turn to take over. Just like NXT is going to take over the Barclays Center this Friday night. As we look at the text messages. 817 in the text message says, any news on Sami Zayn? An update. Plus, can Sami or Kevin face Samoa Joe on Sunday? We don't know anything on Sami. I heard he was cleared, but I haven't heard when he's coming back. It could be any time now. Let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I will say straight up, WrestleMania, I ain't feeling it this year.
You want to elaborate on why?
2 matches. Kofi definitely should win. He absolutely deserves it. As far as the Ronda, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, so overboard. Like, they killed this main event. Like, Raw, like, that whole thing, completely overboard.
Oh, I completely agree. That's what I said on my review Monday.
Oh, yeah, I follow, and I appreciate you taking my call, Tim. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. You know, I don't feel like, yeah, it's WrestleMania. I don't feel it.
No, I can totally, I can understand where you're coming from.
It doesn't have the same, like, holy shit, WrestleMania. Whether it's like Royal Rumble a couple months ago, it's like, fuck yeah, Royal Rumble. But it's WrestleMania, and I don't know. I feel like that they really dropped the ball on this year's WrestleMania.
A little bit.
With a lot of different things and a lot of different aspects that they could have taken to make it a better show, and they just dropped the ball. And then they dropped the ball on some, but then they overdid it with others.
Right.
And that whole, like, Colin Jost, Michael Che, like stupid. Absolutely stupid.
I mean, I'll give my predictions on what I think that can be later, but I think it's mainly going to be a thing where that's going to be on the pre-show, but there's going to be ties to the whole Braun Strowman, Colin Jost, and Michael Che thing for the entire night of the show.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that. I will say this. They completely destroyed Braun Strowman.
Oh, that's an understatement.
I feel like he should have gotten the title way, way long ago.
I totally agree.
I appreciate you taking my call.
All right, thanks for the call. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, let's just move forward. We got more calls coming in. Take more calls. If you want to call into the show, you can do so at 559-4 475-8473. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. How's it going?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. So Tim, what match, over this, no, hold up. Let me rephrase it. Tim, what match at G1 Supercard you looking forward to?
At G1 Supercard, I think it would probably be, I'm interested to see how they do the triple threat ladder match, because ROH ladder matches are usually good, but ROH ladder matches are usually the Young Bucks, Kazarian and Daniels, and then some other team thrown in there. So I'm interested to see how they do it as a not tag title match or tag team match. And we haven't seen these three guys that I can think of other than maybe Jay Lethal in a ladder match before.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to the main event. What is in the main event? Okada and the Switchblade?
Right. That's what they're stating. And usually when New Japan announces like a lineup and they say this is the main event, that's what's going to main event. So I think that is going to be the final match of the night.
So you think, since Jay White's the heel, you think Okada's winning?
Oh, I think Okada has to win, especially when you look at that Jay White just beat him a couple months ago at Wrestle Kingdom.
True, but I like Jay White as a champ. He's honestly the best heel in the business. It goes him, and then it goes Ciampa before he got hurt.
I would say that your opinion, of course. My opinion, I would put Ciampa above.
You think so? But everyone hates Jay White. They cannot stand the guy.
But at the same time, everybody hated Ciampa, but at the same time respected him for how good he was as a bad guy and how well he did turning the fans against him when they loved him.
That is true, but I think both of them are great. I just hope Ciampa doesn't retire.
I haven't heard anything since that tweet he sent out the other day, and from what that tweet was, I don't know if it was him saying he should retire or if he was kind of like insinuating that doctors have told him maybe he should. I don't know. He didn't really put too much detail into that. It was very vague.
I hear that. Well, thanks for taking my call, Tim.
Not a problem. Have a great night. Thanks for the call. All right, moving forward, we'll take one more call here. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. It's Will, buddy. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Listen, hey, I know we're focusing on WrestleMania and everything, but I just wanted to kind of throw a wrench in everything. Based on, I know you're going to get into your WrestleMania predictions, but what do you think the SummerSlam card's going to look like, specifically with like the main titles, men and women's, like not the secondary, but like the main titles? Like, what do you think of those cards going to look like?
That's a tough one because A, we don't know what they're going to do in 2 weeks with the Superstar Shakeup, and honestly, true, I think whatever happens at SummerSlam is all basically to set up SmackDown on Fox. I think whatever they do at SummerSlam is going to be, it's going to be basically, all right, we need all these people to have momentum going into the Fox. We need all these people to be champions. We need this, because if you think about it, SummerSlam's at the end of August.
Yeah.
And less than like 5 weeks later is when they start on Fox. So I think SummerSlam is really going to start that I guess you could say wave of where they're going, and we'll know, okay, this is where they're going. We'll have an inkling of they're really going to try with SmackDown now, because as of right now, they try with SmackDown, but you can honestly tell that they put more effort into Raw. So if coming out of SummerSlam, we can notice and tell, hey, they're really going to put some emphasis on some of these major points for the show, then that would give us a good indication of how well they're going to treat SmackDown going into Fox. As far as what I think the card can be, that's too hard to predict now because, A, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen with the Superstar Shakeup. And with these last couple of years of WWE having so many people get injured just randomly out of nowhere, thinking, what is this? May, June, July, 4 or 5 months down the line. I mean, anybody can get hurt. We didn't expect Rey to get hurt Monday. Rey did a move that he does all the time and landed just a little bit off, and now he may be out of WrestleMania.
That's true, man. Hey, listen, one more question, I'll let you go to get some more callers. But,
Go for it.
you know, speaking of going to the SmackDown later in the year, who do you see from Raw that may jump to SmackDown? And I say jump, probably force to SmackDown, but like, who do you see like big names, not just small names, but like big names are going like from Raw to SmackDown for making that like big impact?
The one name I've been saying, and it all depends on what happens Sunday, if Seth Rollins does not win that title at WrestleMania, I think you move him over to SmackDown. He's probably their most popular babyface they have right now on the male side. And if you want someone that's going to draw the ratings, someone that's going to get the fans to want to see the show, to want to watch SmackDown, put your number one babyface over there. You got Seth Rollins. And the other one you can also move would be Finn Balor. But I do, since he's the Demon, I'm going to give a prediction now, I do think he's winning the IC title. So unless you're switching the IC and the US titles again, I don't see Finn moving over quite yet.
That's it, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate taking my call, and I'll chat with you soon. Take care, buddy.
All right, have a great night. Thanks for the call.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so with that, let's look at some of the text messages we've got here. If you guys do want to call in or text in, you can call into the show at 559-475-8473, 559-475-8473. If you want to send in a text message, you can do so at 510-906-1341. Some of the text message here says, this one says, okay, it might have been the same guy that just called in because this person's asking the exact same thing. Hey, what do you think is going to happen at SummerSlam? This person says, what match are you looking forward to over this great WrestleMania weekend? I think the two matches I'm looking forward to the most are Cole Gargano and Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. Let's see. This person says, how would you book Finn Balor losing for the first time as the Demon? I wouldn't. So I wouldn't even think about it because I wouldn't do it. Person over here says, whoever will walk out Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion this Sunday, will you like them to defend the Raw title this Monday and the SmackDown title this Tuesday, or wait until Money in the Bank? I think they can wait. We got to find out first what they're going to do as the double champion. Are they going to make somebody pick what title they want to keep? Is it more like Becky wins, she's got both titles, Monday comes, Stephanie goes, what show do you really want to be on, Raw or SmackDown? She picks SmackDown, and so they vacate the Raw title. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I don't see them keeping both titles on one woman for long. This person says, can Earl Hebner ref for AEW? He can. I'm pretty sure. He was the referee for Cody Nick Aldis last year at All In. He's not signed to any company, so why not sign him? This person says, not wrestling, but it says, it took me 12 hours to get my Avengers Endgame tickets because I tried so many sites to the point where my debit card had a block on it. First off, why would you try that many sites? And second, I don't know. It took me about 15 minutes. I waited in line for 4 minutes. Then it took me another 10 minutes just to order the tickets because the website was going that slow. I did it through Fandango. But yeah, I'm all ready for Endgame. This is the most anticipated movie probably ever. It sold more tickets in pre-sale than any other movie has. And it did that in its first 6 hours compared to Star Wars that it beat out for all of pre-sale. But anyways, this is not a movies entertainment. Anyway, this is not an entertainment podcast. 502. Exactly what I was about to talk about next. We'll go right into it. He said, did you hear about RVD being a full-time competitor in Impact? And I did. And I want to talk about that now. So tomorrow night is Impact Wrestling's United We Stand live on the Fight TV app. Live on Fight TV, wherever you watch it, either the app, your computer, your TV. And Let me pull up the card. I don't have the exact card. Impact Wrestling. So, PW Insider reported today that the 5-star frog splash making, weed smoking, token boy, well, not a boy anymore, but Rob Van Dam has officially signed a new contract with Impact Wrestling. RVD didn't just sign a contract to work a couple of matches. According to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, he states that United We Stand is actually RVD's first night as a full-time competitor once again for Impact Wrestling, as Johnson stated. Former WWE, ECW, and Impact Wrestling champion Rob Van Dam has signed a new deal with Impact Wrestling. The length of the deal has not been confirmed as of this writing. He said Sporting News was actually the first to report this deal. RVD, who left Impact Wrestling, who returns, to Impact Wrestling officially tomorrow night, will be at all TV tapings and pay-per-views going forward, starting with the TV tapings at the end of April. At the end of April in Toronto. He will not be appearing at the Rebellion pay-per-view the night before, though, due to conflicting events that have to be taken care of prior to signing with Impact. So he's working all the indies or whatever he's got going before that. And tomorrow night, RVD will be teaming up with Sabu to take on Impact Tag Team Champions Pentagon and Phoenix. So I found that very interesting that Rob Van Dam, at the age of, Rob Van Dam is 48 years old, has signed full-time with Impact Wrestling. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if you can say, well, 48, wow, that's so old, because Chris Jericho's 48 and signed full-time with All Elite Wrestling. So, hey, it's interesting. I find that very interesting. Crazy JJ says, do we text on Skype or on an actual phone? Phone number. Just text the phone number from your phone, bud. If you do want to text in, 510-906-1341. If you want to call in, 559-475-8473. We got calls coming in now. Let's take one. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim, can you hear me okay?
You're good.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm kind of by the ocean right now, so,
Gotcha.
but, hey, I want to, okay, this might be my personal opinion, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. I don't really like the cross-branding too much when it comes to, like, people just go bounce Raw and SmackDown. Charlotte, I kind of get convinced, put her in that position where she could, but when it comes to, I know that they all kind of have, like, reason to be on Raw and SmackDown, but I just don't like it when it comes to Mysterio, all the new NXT guys.
Well, I've got good news for you then.
Bliss. Good.
When the Superstar Shakeup comes in 2 weeks, that's it. From what I've heard, is we do the Superstar Shakeup, and then boom, you're put on SmackDown, you stay on SmackDown. You're put on Raw, you stay on Raw. Vince wants to do that Superstar Shakeup and then quit this cross-brand stuff until maybe like SummerSlam or Survivor Series when you got to promote brand versus brand. So
yeah, I just feel
you're only getting it for maybe another week, maybe.
Yeah, I just feel like the past couple of months that they just don't give a shit. Excuse my language, but they just don't give a shit about the whole concept of the brand split.
Right, I totally agree.
I mean, but that's just my opinion. I'll let you get to other callers. That's all I had for you tonight, Tim.
All right, thanks for the call and have a great night. All right. So like I said, what I did here recently was that once we finish up with Mania, all this cross-branding bullshit, you're staying to your brand. You put on SmackDown, you stay on SmackDown. You put on Raw, you stay on Raw. Just looking at the chat. Nathan Wallace says, Extreme Rules Tag Team Match of the Decade. I think you're talking about Rob Van Dam and Sabu challenging the Impact Champions. Nope. Just looking at the chat, looking at the text messages. This person says, are you doing predictions for Impact United We Stand? Unfortunately, I'm not, since I don't really follow Impact that well. I don't catch every week's show, so I don't know exactly how their storylines are going. I'll see stuff here and there, but because I don't see enough of their storylines to know this is the direction I think they're going to go with this match, or this is the direction I think they're going to go with that match, I wouldn't be able to give you guys a complete informed prediction like I can with TakeOver, like I can with the WrestleMania show, like I can with pretty much most of G1 Supercard. So, because there's a lot of matches on G1 Supercard that it's just like, fuck, that match can go either way just because, especially those matches where it's both the New Japan and the ROH titles on the line at the same time, which I will be posting predictions either tomorrow or Friday for G1 Supercard. But regardless, yeah, I won't be doing Impact, predictions, because I just don't follow Impact enough. I don't get enough time to watch Impact. And to be honest, because someone asked me recently, why don't we cover more stuff here on the channel than just New Japan, WWE, and a little bit of Ring of Honor? Because when we do cover other things like Impact Wrestling and Indies and this and that, the subscribers, you guys don't really care that much, it seems like. So we want to focus on what you guys are watching, what videos you guys and what topics you guys seem more interested in. That's what I want to focus on. I don't want to put out a video where you guys are like, I don't care about that, why watch? Or I watched this 5-minute video about Impact Wrestling, I don't care about Impact. I mean, I'll put out news on Impact if there's actual news that's interesting and whatnot. But I'm not going to go as far as to like do the predictions and all of this. And, you know, when we do post stuff about Impact, there's not a lot of interest from the subscribers. So that's basically it. Looking here, what is this one? Something in the live chat. What are you most excited for? WrestleMania Takeover, G1 Supercard, WrestleMania. I'm most excited for Friday night's Takeover event. That's what I think is going to be the show of the weekend. I know WrestlePro has got their show going on right now. And there's shows going on tomorrow, shows going on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We've got a lot of stuff going on. The next thing I wanted to talk about has to do with WrestleMania Access. Tomorrow night at WrestleMania Access has kind of become a tradition. The Thursday night of WrestleMania Access, WWE unveils a Legends statue. In the past, we've gotten statues of Bruno Sammartino, The Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant, Dusty Rhodes, and they're unveiling another one tomorrow. WWE posted the following. Where did this go? WWE posted the following on their website about, a new... Why did I lose this? I had it open. Oh, I know what happened. When I went to check the Impact thing, I accidentally closed it. Here we go. So, WWE stated the following on their website. Thursday night, as part of the 5-day WrestleMania Access, a new WWE Hall of Fame statue will be unveiled. Now, listen here. Notables in attendance will be WWE Hall of Famers Ric Flair. He's already got one. Sting, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and 2019 Hall of Fame inductee Brutus the Barber Beefcake. So it looks like either they kind of teased who it could be. I don't think it's Barber. I don't think it's Brutus. But it could be Sting. It could be Ricky. Ricky's a little more on the outs with WWE. So maybe it's a Sting statue, and that would be cool. But what Sting do they do? So I'm predicting a Sting statue. But now the question is, what Sting do they do? Do we get Surfer Sting with the flat top and the blonde? Do we get blonde Surfer Sting? Do we get NWO rival Crow Sting? Or do we get WrestleMania 31 Sting? It's hard to say because I don't think it's going to be the current Sting. But it could be Surfer Sting because that's what he made his name off of, sort of. But most fans remember him when he was facing off against NWO as the Crow Sting. So I can see it being the Crow Sting statue. It's going to be very cool. It's going to be very interesting to see what statue they do. And I could be wrong, and it could be somebody other than Sting. Maybe it is Ricky the Dragon. Maybe it's somebody else that's in the Hall of Fame that I'm not thinking of right now. But let me know in the chat who you guys think, or in the comments below if you're listening to this later, who you think could be getting their own Hall of Fame statue at WrestleMania Access on Thursday night. And what are they doing with all these statues? Just putting them in the headquarters in Stamford? They need to have a physical Hall of Fame for all this stuff because it's very cool, all the stuff they have at the warehouse. I mean, they have more than enough stuff to have a physical Hall of Fame. So looking at the text messages here. Person says, do you think we will get NXT versus NXT UK at TakeOver War Games? They could do it, but that's so far away that we don't even know what they're going to be doing that far down the road. That's Survivor Series weekend. But you know what's not so far away? You know what's not 6 months down the line? And that's WrestleMania. WrestleMania comes to us this Sunday from MetLife Stadium. And with that, I'm going to give my WrestleMania predictions. So we do know that there's 3 matches taking place on the kickoff show. First match was the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. The women you see on your screen are the top 5 favorites as far as the betting odds are concerned. And I'm going with Lacey Evans as the winner. I was going to say Asuka a couple days ago, but the way Asuka was looking strong on SmackDown, I think Lacey Evans wins this one. So going forward, we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Again, these are the top 5 favorites from the Sky Bets at betting odds. It's Braun Strowman. Now, I can honestly see Braun Strowman winning, but it'd be a lot funnier and better if Strowman doesn't win because he gets screwed by Colin Jost and Michael Che, and somebody like an Andrade or an Ali wins it. Then, throughout WrestleMania, we keep getting shots backstage of Braun looking for Che and Jost backstage. Have you seen them? Where's Michael Che? Where's Colin Jost? I need to find them. And you'll see him asking different people. And then, they'll be like, I haven't seen him. And then Braun will go one way, and you'll see them scurry off the other. Or even in that Falls Count Anywhere match with Miz and Shane, you'll see they're having their match, and all of a sudden Braun just, because say they fight in backstage somewhere, and then Braun can just be like, Miz, I know you're in the match, but have you seen Colin Jost? Something like, I don't know. It'd be pretty funny, but I don't think Braun's going to win it. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think Braun's going to win it for the simple fact that he's going to get screwed by Colin Jost and Michael Che. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter who wins. Fuck it. I'm going to go Ali. Also announced for the kickoff show, the Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line when Buddy Murphy does defend against Tony Nese. And I'm just going to go with Buddy Murphy retaining. They have been pushing Tony Nese very good lately, but if you did watch 205 Live, you saw Tony Nese was standing tall. And by WWE's booking, that means Tony Nese ain't winning. So, I'm going with the Cruiserweight Champion retaining his title. So next up, the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles on the line. The Usos will be defending against Aleister Black and Ricochet. The Bar and Sheamus and, or not Sheamus, the Sheamus and Cesaro are the Bar, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Now, we did learn today that the Usos have officially re-signed. Well, not officially because WWE hasn't stated it, but per PW Insider, the Usos, and this was also confirmed by Ryan Satin of PW Pro Wrestling Sheet, but what was I going to say? The Usos have re-signed with the company. Their contracts were expected to be expiring at the end of this month. And apparently, according to Ryan Satin, they signed new 5-year deals with the WWE. They ain't going nowhere. And with that simple fact, I think the Usos are retaining. But there's a little part of me that think that because Aleister Black and Ricochet, since becoming a tag team, have not been beat, not been pinned, have not been made to submit, I think they could be the sleepers. I think they could be the dark horse pick. But if I have to say, gun to my head, I'm picking one. I'm going to go champions retain because they just re-signed with the company. Going forward, in another fatal 4-way tag team match, we've got the Boston Hug Connection defending their championships against the Iconics, against Nia Jackson, Tamina, and against the Divas of Doom, Beth Phoenix and Natalya. And I think, I know I've got the wrong graphic for Bayley again. Sorry about that. I think we go with the champions retaining here. I think it's too soon to take the titles off of Bayley and Sasha Banks. I'm going Bayley and Sasha Banks retaining. Very simple right there. Another one that's very simple, it's Drew McIntyre taking on Roman Reigns. This is not only Roman Reigns' first big singles match, or first singles match at all, since returning from his leukemia scare. Well, not leukemia scare, he actually had it. Still technically has it. But Drew McIntyre has beat Roman's ass every single week leading up to this. So again, like I said, it's another one that's very easy to predict. You've got to go with Roman Reigns coming out victorious. So next up, with the WWE Intercontinental Championship on the line, we've got Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, defending against the Demon, Finn Balor. And because Finn's the Demon, because that Demon is coming out for the first time at WrestleMania, the Demon's going to win it. We're getting a new IC champion, flip-flopping that title right back to Finn. Going forward, with the United States Championship on the line, now this match is got an asterisk next to it right now, because that's if Rey Mysterio gets cleared to compete. It's going to be Samoa Joe defending against Rey Mysterio. And I think this is a tough one, because Rey's got the Dominic factor. Dominic's going to be there sitting front row with Rey, or for Rey. And the way they've built that up, it's like maybe Rey wins with his son there. The interesting thing is they've kept these two apart for this build. Since Rey pinned Joe in that tag team match, the two have been kept completely separate. So it's a weird build. It's more of this guy's number one contender. There's no storyline to it. He's just number one contender. So I guess you could say there is storyline with Rey's son being there. So if this match does take place, I say put it on Rey, since it's the only title he hasn't won anyways. Going forward in a match that's very hard to predict, it's the Viper Randy Orton against the phenomenal AJ Styles. This match is all about, I've been here since the start of my career, Randy Orton, and I worked my ass off to make it here, AJ Styles. Thinking back, Orton's won, I'm thinking since AJ came to WWE, who's won more matches at Mania? Because who's due for a win and who's not due for a win? I'm just thinking about it. You know what? I think Randy Orton picks up the victory. Randy Orton can use the momentum. AJ, he's just so damn popular on SmackDown that he doesn't need the wave of momentum. He can lose and it'd be okay. So, I'm going Randy Orton. Viper strikes again. Going forward in his retirement match, his final match in the WWE at least, and it should be final match forever. Kurt Angle taking on Baron Corbin, and this better be a squash match. I mean by Rey. I mean Angle. Angle better go in there, catch Baron off guard, Angle slam, Angle lock, tap him out, 2 minutes max. Match does not need to go any more than 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going Kurt walking out victorious. Now, typically, it's your retirement match, you lose. You put the babyface, or not the babyface, you put the challenger over, typically. But this is a redemption story for Kurt, not all right, let's put the guy over since Kurt's leaving. Kurt better win this damn match, or this whole storyline's for nothing. Going forward in a Falls Count Anywhere match, The Miz taking on Shane McMahon. And I think Shane's tried to get the best of Miz one too many times for me to believe that Shane's going to win. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match. We could see Sanity interfere. We could see Shelton Benjamin interfere. We could see a number of people interfere on behalf of Shane. But I think The Miz has to win it. The Miz is going to come out just a huge baby face from this match, especially since Miz and Mrs. is on right now. It came back last night. So I'm going Miz coming out victorious, defeating the prodigal son, Shane McMahon. Next up, in a no-holds-barred match with Triple H's career on the line, it's Triple H taking on Batista. Now, we do know that this is most likely Batista's final match ever. Batista's said it for at least 3 years. He wants to work one last match at a WrestleMania against Triple H, and then he's going to be 100% fully retired from wrestling, So in that regard, especially since Triple H's career is on the line, Triple H has to walk out 100% the victor, victorious, put it on Triple H, give him the win. Now we got our big 3 title matches. First off, with the WWE Championship on the line, Daniel Bryan will be defending against Kofi Kingston, and I'm torn as hell. 3 weeks ago, you couldn't have had me more Daniel Bryan. Fucking no way Kofi wins this match. But now, I'm torn. Because I can totally see Kofi win this match. But maybe that's what they want you to think. So I'm going to go the safer route. Probably be wrong here. But I'm going to go the safer route. I'm going to pick Kofi walking out the new champion. Going forward, we got the winner of this year's Men's Royal Rumble. We got Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Brock will be defending the Universal Championship. And unfortunately, I thought stars were aligning for Seth. I thought Seth, go in there, going to be the Universal Champion, coming out, take the title off of Brock, but no. Based off of what we saw this past week on Raw, I think Brock is going to walk out and retain the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Keep that title. And what we know, it's the official main event of WrestleMania with the Raw Women's Championship on the line, with the SmackDown Live Women's Championship on the line. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. I mean, who doesn't have Becky Lynch winning this match? Whose predictions don't have Becky Lynch? Stupid people's predictions. Sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings by calling them stupid because you think Charlotte's going to win this match. No. You think Ronda's going to win this match. No. Becky Lynch is coming out of WrestleMania. The last thing we're going to see at WrestleMania, it's going to hang that same shot from WrestleMania 32. The camera on the ground, looking up at the turnbuckle with the champion. WrestleMania 32 was Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 35 is going to be Becky holding their title, in this case titles, pluralize it, titles, up high. I think the man is coming out victorious. Vince is actually going to give us an ending to WrestleMania that we all want to see. And that's Becky in the main event winning. So with that, those are my predictions for this Sunday's WrestleMania 35. WrestleMania 35 starts at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern with the 2-hour pre-show, and then 7 p.m. Eastern with the main card. I think the main card's going, let's see, that would be 4 hours maybe. Overall, I think if you watch all of the pre-shows, you got 6 hours to watch. Could go longer, could go shorter. I'm saying 6 hours with the pre-show altogether. Those are my predictions for Sunday's WrestleMania 35. Now, go a little bit longer here with the podcast. I want to hear from you guys. If you want to call into the show, you can do so at 559-475-8473. And text into the show at 510-906-1341. I wanted to read something in the chat that came in right before I did my predictions, or right as I started my predictions. Where did you go? I want to credit this person for asking this question. I can't find. Oh, here we go. Justin Ray says, "Are you live streaming any of the shows?" Well, first off, I can't technically live stream the shows, but if you're asking if I'm going to do like a live watch along, impossible. I got 2 kids. I got a daughter that's 6 and a son that's almost 8. I can't go live when they're awake, running around screaming in the background. We've done it one time. It was NXT Takeover Philadelphia. We did a live watch along. That's because they were at their grandparents' house. This weekend, they're going to be home. They're going to be here. So I can't go live while they're running around the background because all you'll hear is them screaming and getting yelled at because they like to fight each other a lot. Physically and, well, stealing each other's toys. But anyways, so no, we won't be doing anything live during any of the shows. But here's the rest of the week right here on the Pro Wrestling Unlimited YouTube channel. tomorrow, Thursday, tomorrow morning, we will be live with, well, not live, but we will be having PW Daily for Thursday, April 4th. And then tomorrow night, we're doing something very cool, very special. We're doing a trivia show where you guys can win some prizes. You guys have the opportunity to win some stuff. We will be taking your guys' calls. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to be taking your guys' calls tomorrow night, roughly at 8 p.m., same time as this podcast started tonight. And what you're going to do is when you call in, you're going to state your name. You're going to state, if you got one, a Twitter handle, so I know how to contact you. If not, then give me your email if you would like to do that live on the air. If not, you don't have to. But you're going to call in, and you're going to get 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible from WWE's new Pop Quiz Trivia deck by Inside Editions. Now, I will keep track of everybody throughout the show that calls in and answers the questions, and whoever wins, whoever gets the most questions right in 60 seconds, we win some prizes. We may take the top two. We may only go with the winner. If it's close, we'll give it to both people. Top two, maybe top three. Probably just top two. But if someone just blows everybody else out, see how it goes. But tomorrow night, roughly at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be doing some WWE Pop Quiz Trivia. All the questions will be coming from WWE's new Pop Quiz Trivia deck. I'm not setting any of these questions up. I'm not putting them in any specific order. I'm literally going to go just right through every card that's in the deck. I'm not shuffling it because you can't. They're all pinned together with a like a rivet type deal in the corner. Boom, we're just going to go straight down the line. We're either going to go for an hour or until we run out of questions. So that's your opportunity, guys, tomorrow to win some prizes. I will remind you guys on social media. I'll remind you guys tomorrow on PWU Daily that we're doing this special stream. So should be fun. Should be very fun. Then Friday, again, PW Daily in the morning at 11 a.m. Then Friday night, we will be live right after NXT Takeover, giving our thoughts on that. Then Saturday, we will be live. We will be live on Saturday with our thoughts and predictions and everything we thought of G1 Supercard. We'll be live as soon as that show ends. And then on Sunday, we're going to be live right after WrestleMania, giving all of our thoughts from WrestleMania. Monday, we'll be live after Raw. Tuesday, we'll be live after SmackDown. And then next Wednesday, we'll wrap up a whole week and a half of live shows with the PWU Daily and the Wednesday show, episode number 71. We're going strong here for WrestleMania. Derek Boak says, are they all current questions? I'll give you something here. There's a lot of questions in this, current and past. I mean, the first question, which I'm going to give it to you now, so I won't say it tomorrow. The first question of the deck is, who is the ministry's higher power? That was the first question in the deck. I mean, the first page questions are about Survivor Series 94, King of the Ring 95, WrestleMania 20, and WrestleMania 2. So there's questions from now. There's questions from all the way back to like the 80s. I may have even seen a question in here from like the 70s. So you guys got your work cut out for you if you want to win some prizes tomorrow night. I think this is going to be very fun. If this goes over well, maybe we'll do more. Maybe we'll do it every couple of months, every month. We'll see. But with that, I'm going to wrap things up here for the PW Unlimited Wednesday show, episode number 71. Remember to follow us right here. Hit that bell notification button right here on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. And don't forget, every Monday through Friday, the PW Unlimited Daily. PW Daily comes to you every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And tomorrow's show is going to be a doozy. Not because there's a lot of news, but I'm up in the production value of this show. I saw somebody in the chat said, Nick Vath says, Tim, how old are you? Well, funny you asked that question. I'm going to end it on this today. April 3rd, 2019 is actually my 30th birthday. I turned 30 today. The big O. I've hit the 30s. Oh, with that, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet earlier, but I said, I'm going to hold myself more accountable. Now that I'm hitting a new phase in my life. I procrastinate a lot. I'll admit it. I've done a lot of cool things over the last couple of years with this job, but I could have done a lot more. And now, I'm going to hold myself accountable, not just for me, but for you guys, to give you guys the content you really want to see. I want to put out the highest production value that I possibly can, and I'm going to start, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to hold myself accountable to give you guys the best content I possibly can. So with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for PWU Daily, and we'll see you tomorrow for some WWE Pop Quiz Trivia. Have a great night, guys.